she keeps trying. She just get it done.
No.
Don't be bad at everything.
Yeah.
You was an all right actress. You was a terrible wife. You was a bad mother. You was a kid who knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it. Bilal told me everything.
Their good friend who...
Bilal told me, Jada, he told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child. Yes, he did. Wonder why he left that out of his Tasha K interview. I'm tired.
He just...
I just want to skip to the end. All this shit is f***ed up. All you is weird. Go to jail and let's move on and let Generation Z make their own problems, make their own choices. These kids are living the consequences of what Gen X did and don't even know why they're doing it because everyone's lying. Corporate Takeoff's death wasn't nothing but a corporate hostile takeover using his life as the god. Oh my God.
Tissue.
Thanks.
You give nice hugs.
If you thought Diddy was the only one Jaguar had a beef with, you were dead wrong.
You know what I mean? It's you know, when I think about how she got signed to Sony, it still kind of f***s me up because when you have that much talent and you still gotta suck to get your demo tape approved. And this is after being, you know, the lead background for Brenda K. Starr.
Just a demo
and building
tape.
Brenda K. Starr and all of that. Like, this is after that. Everybody knows what happened between her and Tommy Mottola in that on the way to her first listening party. They seen her coming up from giving him head in the back of the shit, and everybody knew. Everybody talked about it. That's why she got the access that she got. She ended up marrying him, didn't she? Then she made him divorce his wife and made him fight her for alimony and child support after that woman had been married to him for 25 years.
Jaguar Wright has established herself as one of the industry's biggest truth-tellers. After exposing Diddy, she has set her sights on Jada Pinkett and is planning on exposing her infidelity to the entire world. While everyone knows Tupac and Jada were close back in the day, Jaguar may have a bombshell that will absolutely shock you.
Please. Throw a little in there. Have a little download meeting. In the shower, you know. And then send that motherfucker back out there. Now you go be me. And you go be me. And you go be me. That's what he used to say when he would see a woman that he wanted to manipulate and enslave. You look like me. Oops, did I say that out loud? My bad. I got you sitting with the brother of the man that Suge Knight rolled over and... I know what you're doing. I know where you've been, and I know where I'm about to send you.
The latest shockwave to hit Tinseltown involves none other than the iconic Jada Pinkett Smith and her legendary entanglement with Tupac Shakur, brought to the fore by the explosive revelations of Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright, the outspoken and formidable figure in the music industry, has once again turned the spotlight on the tumultuous marriage of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, unearthing a bombshell that has left fans and critics reeling. This time, Wright has exposed a deeply hidden secret that threatens to unravel the very fabric of their carefully curated public personas.
And all these black running around marrying these sitting there convincing other women to go chase a fag. Go get you. Look at my isn't he? Can you imagine if he's told the truth about their relationships? I want you to meet my husband. He a fag. Would you like to come over? I'll make cookies.
Now, Jag, you know.
That's what these is doing. Hey, young man, come on over. My husband just wants to touch you for a little while on camera. I promise you, you won't feel a thing. Sniff this.
Okay. So, Jag,
Really? You stand on red carpets with and you sell an image of lies. Then you influence the public and ask the public to covet and want your life. Who wants that? Who jealous of that? Bunch of whack too afraid to find a real man and real love. So you marry a for a Birkin bag and then turn your head while he's a bunch of kids.
In a jaw-dropping disclosure, Wright has claimed that Jada Pinkett Smith harbors a secret love child, a revelation that ties back to her intense and complicated relationship with the late Tupac Shakur. The revelation doesn't just stop there. It delves into the heart of Jada's psyche, suggesting that her unresolved feelings for Tupac have cast a long, dark shadow over her marriage to Will Smith.
I don't understand. Where's the rebuttal? What is hilarious? What I said, or the fact that she didn't have anything else to say other than hilarious? See, I find that hilarious. One-word responses, I find hilarious. Because see, a one-word response is you looking for someone to let you off the hook for something that you don't want to say. And at the end of the day, it is hilarious. You married Biggie when you wanted Tupac. That's hilarious. You wanted Grammys, but you settled for ghostwriting for a whore like Mary J. Blige. That's hilarious. You wanted to build real R&B divas franchise, and you settled for Stevie J and Mona Scott and Jocelyn Hernandez and The Masked Singer while he films you in your home, disrespecting you. That's hilarious. You married your child's godfather, and he wasn't never looking out for neither one of y'all. That's hilarious. Or the fact that Valletta Wallace would have rather had Little Kim, a woman that really loved her son, than you as a daughter-in-law. That's hilarious.
The narrative gets even juicier as Wright uncovers the role of a so-called sugar daddy figure connected to Tupac, whose influence allegedly continues to haunt Jada. This mysterious benefactor is said to have played a pivotal role in Jada's life, adding layers of intrigue to an already convoluted saga.
We definitely had this beautiful closeness that was really intimate, but never physically. Okay, Pac, just kiss me. And he kisses me, and it's the most disgusting kiss between us both. I mean, he pulled back just like, and I pulled back, and I was like, see, dummy, you know, and from there it was just like, and then there was one more time he kissed me, and it was just like, dude, doesn't work. Now as I've slipped from grace and the world has turned against me, a few claim to have love for me, but once again you show your love. After deep reflection and spiritual awakening, I have come to realize the friend, love, and soulmate was there all the time. I have not seen or felt from anywhere or anyone the intensity and loyalty that you have shown me. That is why I want to commit myself to you. I want to marry you.
As if this wasn't sensational enough, Wright's revelations also cast a glaring spotlight on the Smith children, Willow and Jaden. The shocking family secrets have purportedly taken a heavy toll on them, raising questions about the impact of their parents' clandestine affairs and emotional baggage on their upbringing. It paints a picture of a family grappling with internal strife far removed from the picture-perfect image they present to the world.
You know, yeah, I did. Once I went out into the world and I saw what people, you know, how people feel about my parents, you know, I didn't understand, you know, I'm still understanding more and more every day that, you know, they're just a staple in the world and they made people feel a type of way that no one has ever made anyone feel. So I just didn't understand and just how deep-rooted they are in hip-hop as well.
Yeah, oh my gosh, man.
I'm looking at this picture right here of Tupac on the shirt right there, and Tupac asked to marry my mom.
Yeah.
And she was like, we're best friends.
Right.
Like,
Well, they say marry your best friend, but I'm glad they didn't.
yeah.
He's like, so am I.
Yeah.
You know? You know, but so just seeing how deep-rooted everybody is in my family, in hip-hop, and in the culture, you know, that puts even more pressure on it.
Jaguar Wright's fearless truth-telling has previously peeled back the veneer on Hollywood's most influential couple, but this latest bombshell has arguably eclipsed all her prior revelations. The scandalous suggestion that August Alsina wasn't the only young man entwined in the Smiths' controversial mentoring scheme now seems like just the tip of the iceberg. Wright accuses the power couple of using their influence to manipulate and traumatize vulnerable young men under the guise of offering guidance and support.
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened? An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Now, in the process, and like you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would definitely say we did. And it all started with, you know, me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Og first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found, you know, and from there, you know.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah,
we decided that we were going to figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well,
I really felt like we could be over. And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on with August.
I launched into an interaction. What do you feel like you were looking for?
It had been, and it was, I think that has a lot, which is another thing that I had to learn to break in this cycle, just that idea of needing to fix and being drawn, whether it's your health or whether it's your addictions. There's something about fixing people.
The infamous Oscars incident, where Will Smith's reaction to a joke about Jada sent shockwaves through the industry, takes on new meaning in this context. Wright dismisses the idea that Smith's outburst was a gallant defense of his wife. Instead, she paints it as a manifestation of deep-seated self-esteem issues exacerbated by Jada's lingering obsession with Tupac, suggesting that Smith's actions were driven by a desperate need to assert his worth in the face of his wife's unresolved past. This makes sense considering even Jada didn't want him to play hero on her behalf.
Yeah, and I did that eye roll not so much for me, and I think this is really important, but the fact that there could be a jab at alopecia.
Will then went on a profane tirade warning Chris not to mention his wife's name. Jada couldn't believe what she was hearing.
What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. I'm like, what is going on right now?
Keep my wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like,
But now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on.
What viewers did not see at the time, while Oscar clips were being shown, was Chris Rock leaning over the stage to talk to Jada.
And Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I meant no harm. Now, I'm just out of it because I'm really worried about Will.
What's Will doing? He's just sitting there?
And Will's still talking. He's like, because now he's mad because Chris is talking to me. And I go, Chris, this is about some old shit. That's all I could think to say, right? And I couldn't really take in his apology.
How unusual for Will, a guy who, I mean, on that kind of stage to do something so insane.
Absolutely.
It's totally out of character.
It's not him whatsoever.
And to Jada's surprise, she was also blamed.
You became the bad guy. Look what Jada made him do. Jada rolled her eyes and look what he did. He ran up there and hit Chris.
Yeah.
Poor Will. That's what the narrative became.
Yeah.
She says that's because 2 years earlier, Jada discussed what she called an entanglement on her show, Red Table Talk.
My honest opinion about that is that narrative had more to do with the false narrative that I helped to create on the Red Table.
So poor Will because of the
adulterous wife.
Yeah.
Who forced him to go to the table and sit there, you know what I mean? And now look at what she's done. She has the power with an eye roll to make him go up and slap somebody on stage.
The relationship between Jada Pinkett Smith and Tupac Shakur has been the subject of much speculation and analysis over the years. The pair met as teenagers in Baltimore before embarking on their respective paths to fame. Shakur as a musician, actor, and influential rapper, and Pinkett Smith as an actor and the spouse of Hollywood icon Will Smith. Their bond, marked by both profound affection and tumultuous moments, endured significant public and private scrutiny.
When your mom picks you up, gets you out of Baltimore, sends you to a School of Arts, you meet Tupac Shakur.
No, I met Tupac at Baltimore School for the Arts. We went to high school together.
And you were very close with Tupac Shakur.
Yes.
And Tupac Shakur wasn't the gangsta that we all think he was, right? I remember his mother was a Black Panther.
Yes.
And he had a lot of Black Panthers, sort of raised by the Black Panthers and all that. But
he was a revolutionary without a revolution, if that makes any kind of sense. So then that kind of energy just transferred to a whole nother thing.
This speculation ties into the broader narrative explored by Jaguar Wright, who has been vocal about the Smith family's personal dynamics and the potential negative impact on their children.
Because word on the street is, you ain't got time to raise children. We already know that girl is Sheck, baby. You ain't had that child in quite some time. And you sent little Teddy to Africa with your husband, people. What? You a married woman and you ain't got time to raise your kids? But you want to talk about mine all day, huh? That boy is under 10 years old being raised by Africans that you don't really know.
As these revelations continue to unfold, they contribute to a complex portrait of Jada Pinkett Smith, one that intertwines her personal history with her public persona and familial responsibilities. That's all for today. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon